everybody, it's Christine Bertram, and I'm coming to you live from the mini hive here in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. Woohoo! You guys are rocking and rolling, and 20 of you are on time with me. Well, I'm 5 minutes late, but that's the story of my life. So we just came out of a 2.5 hour long April showcase. So in case you guys didn't catch that yet, there's time. It just finished about an hour ago, and we got through anything and everything that we have coming up. I think we didn't miss anything. And we got through a lot of past classes and we answered lots of questions. So, woohoo, we made it. And I had some time to eat some leftovers and got some tea and some water in me. So hopefully my voice will make it for another 2 hours. So I love it. Thanks for coming back with me, you guys. Hi, Pat Settle. And I'm mom time, and you meant, sorry, on time. I get it now. I'm glad you fixed it or told me that, because otherwise I would have been like, I don't know what she's saying. Hi, Jamie Kirkpatrick. Hi, Angelique. Hi, Lisa from Hollywood, Maryland. There's Julie Damaris. Yes, that was my question, too. Did Pat get her email in for the class? Hi, Margene Eskelson. Hi, Mary Carls from Jericho. Hi, Sherry Otts from Chile, Pennsylvania. We had a beautiful day today here. It was cooler, but the sun was shining and there was not a lot of wind, and it was very pleasant to walk outside from here to from the house to the she shed with just a t-shirt on. Hi, Linda Scott. And then Julie said, don't forget the thumbs up, you guys. I went and I got my thumbs up already, so that was good. And there's Melanie Foy. Hi, Susan Bellamy. Hi, Cindy Runtree and Mary Lemke. Hi, Pat She-Bischoff. I am feeling better, but you guys are going to have to deal with a little bit more of the I think. I hate doing it, but if I don't do it, it's not good. So there's Donna. And so yes, Pat is the one that told me to have hot toddies. So I've been doing the hot toddies minus the whiskey. I have not had any booze in my system since last week, Wednesday, you guys. So an entire week. I'm 7 days into having no beer or old-fashioned, and now that I've made it this far, I should see how far I can go. My mom would be very happy if I have made it a month. Hi, Mary Novak. Hi, Nancy Mole. Hi, Lynn Beasley. There's Donna Grushki. Hi, Karen Woods. Hi, Kelly. All right, there's Sherry Stewart. And I had a spammer try calling me as I was going through here. All right. Hi, Suzanne Deppis. And there is Kathleen Catterman. Long time no talk. Yes, double play. You guys get me for a total of probably 5.5 hours today. Roxanne Burton. Hi, Hope Toy. Hi, Karen Wetstein. Hi, Melanie Foy said hi. So I did email out the tutorial for this class, Ink, Paper, Scissors, this morning. I think it went out before my helpers got here, and I think that would be 9:30ish. It went out in everybody's inboxes. So I have my book in front of me, so I'll do roll call. Now, if I miss saying your name, it's okay. Don't fret. I have plenty of kits available. I probably have 20 kits available for this class. And it's very possible that if you've emailed Carissa, I'm sure it's fine. But if you emailed just me, I'm a little backlogged. So I probably would have maybe missed it. So it's not too late to get this class though. And I know most people don't generally make, I would say, if possible, 25% make the cards with me the night of class, but everybody else usually works on other things and watches the video, and then they put their cards together later. So if you need to get this kit, I have plenty left. Even if you didn't sign up for it and you decide you do want it, please reach out to me. And Mary Carls said, I still don't have it. Hi, Trisha Fagley. So Mary Carls, you said that you still don't have this kit, because I'm pretty sure I put it in a bag to give to my mom, to give to you. So are you saying you don't, is it ink, paper, scissors? You guys can't read minds. So Lisa asked, is anybody else having me go in and out? Well, I've been watching me with you guys since I went live, and there's volume. I don't know if I'm going in and out, but I did see one little swooshy thing with the buffering one time. So I'm not certain if that happened for everybody else, but hopefully not. And Donna said her check for the April classes went out in today's mail. Wonderful. I'll let you know when it comes in. And I don't have, so yes, Karen. So Carissa, no PDF. Mary Carl, something happened with your emails. You were on my email for today when I sent it out because you were on my list. So you had a problem with the one on Monday, and you were also in my list for the email that I sent on Monday. So it's interesting why you're not getting stuff, because I have here, I'll show you. I have, not to show you guys email addresses, but Mary Carl's, your email was included. I wonder if we have your email wrong. I have an idea. Mary Carl's. So since Carissa's been helping me with class registrations, we created a Google Drive. That Google Drive is by month. There's tabs for every month, and we have everybody's name along the side, and your email address is there. And what happens is I sort on each class, and it tells me who to email it, and I copy your emails. I wonder if your email address is incorrect in the Google Drive, because then when I send you the email, like today, I resent it to you. I resent it from my email to you personally using my address book in my MSN account, and I'm wondering if that is what's happening. That's maybe why you didn't get the last two. I was trying to see what your email address was here in my list. So, but we'll figure it out. I bet that's what it is that it's wrong in our Google Drive, and that's what I'm copying over. It's very beneficial for me we keep your email with your name in the Google Drive. All I have to do is copy and paste. Before, I was going through my book, I was looking at your name, typing your email, back and forth, typing your name, looking back. It took me, let's say, 5 or 8 minutes to do it. Now it takes me 30 seconds to do it. So it really helped. But yes, you received the one for the Hive, and that is because that came from my email with my address book with you in it, right? So that makes sense to me why you're getting the Hive one, all right? If you're breaking up, go out and come back in. That worked for Jean this afternoon. Yep, definitely a good recommendation. So Mary, that would absolutely make sense to me. Why? So we need to go back to the Google Drive and check. And if anybody else is having that problem too, we need to get that resolved so that we don't have to fix things on the back end. So perfect. All right, you guys. So again, I'm going to be coughing. I know I talked for a lot today, more than what I normally probably talk. So I'm probably going to get scratchier as the night goes on. So Mary, I just sent an email to you. All right. Roll call. All right. So I'm going to go through and let everybody know who I have on my books for this class. Thank you to everybody who registered to get kits for this class. I truly, genuinely appreciate you taking classes with me in the kitted form. You're really the reason why I do YouTube Lives, and everybody who watches it's an added bonus to them because I don't create private groups for my classes. So because people take kitted classes with me is why I do my YouTube Lives. And so thank you to that group of people. I also do the roll call to see if I missed anybody. So if you think you signed up for this class, or let's say you didn't sign up for this class but you'd like it, please reach out to me and we'll get your name on the class list. Hi, Linda. All right. We're going to say first on our list is Miss Mary Jo Stoll. And then we have Janice Worth, Roxanne Burton, Annette Rollin, Connie Moore, Julie Bierschbach, Julie Bondringer, Frances Rodriguez, Trisha Fagley, Feline Mays, Carmen Melendez, Angie Cruz, Susan Bellamy, Sherry Everett, Linda Hunt, Angelique McClendon, Mary Lemke, Lynn Beasley, Sherry Martin, Lisa LaFramboise, Linda Scott, Barbara Rudolph, Patty Randolph, Debbie Stone, Sarah Merchant, Nedra Dover, Pat Fleming, Pat Settle, Laura Sullivan, Kari Dwyer, Donna Grushke, Leslie McMinn, Karen Wetstein, Rosie Prody, Doris Munson, Jeannie Parker, Joanne Naples, Karen Woods, Debbie Gast, Sandy Coy Emery, Jennifer Jones, Brenda Cottrell, Sherry Stewart, Rose Garibaldi, Faye Godby, Julie Damaris, Kelly Gibson, Julie Block, Angela Knutson, Vicki Rodriguez, Wanda Zerman, Kathy Dolly Nagari, Mary Carls, Lisa Hedges, Kathleen Ketterman. Now, here's the magical question. Did I miss anybody? And if I did, please reach out to, if you think you signed up, you could reach out to both me and Carissa, like the cbcenroll@gmail.com. And if you'd like to get registered, definitely email Carissa. But if you think you had already registered and we don't have your name on the list, please reach out to both of us and we can check it. I'm missing some too, Kathleen. We just have to email Chris the ones you need later. What are you missing? Let's see here. Has your dictation thing been helpful? Yes, Julie, it has. It does. It's generally more helpful when I set up both my laptop and then my second screen, because I put Word in my second screen and I have the email in my computer. And what happens is I dictate it in Word and then I copy paste it and put it into the email. And it's great having two screens that I can just flip back and forth. Kathleen didn't get the PDF. And so Kathleen, that is very true, because we just chatted at 5:05 tonight and you told me that you never got the email, right? So I sent the email this morning and you got on my list at 5:05, okay? So it makes sense to me why you don't have the email. So, and the few that you're missing could be that you're not in my books, right? So we'll get you squared away, right? So we have order number 13, I think is what you said on the phone, that we just have to get that all documented and logged officially. So that is what was wrong with you. Hi, Barbara Godby. And so Julie said she's missing some too. So yes, if you guys are ever missing PDFs, or hi Sherry Martin, and see Barbara Godby just signed up via email, and I haven't seen your email yet. So Barbara, your number 57, we're going to add you to my list right now so we include you for the drawing. So I just had a few people reach out to me and ask for tutorials from the past. You guys, if you ever take a class with me and you lose the tutorial somewhere along the way, let's say you didn't save it, you didn't download it, and life got in the way, if you just send me a send me an email, because I can send the PDF tutorials from my email, not like my phone. So I can't really do much from my phone via texting or Facebook Messenger. It's best to send me an email and just list out the ones that you need. Say, I took these classes with you, I can't find the PDFs, and it's just boom, I'll send it back to you with the PDFs once I get in my email, right? So if you need it like instantly, you better call and say, hey, can you please send this right now? Because otherwise I might not see the email if I'm not in email land for a little while. Hi, Faye Godby. Thanks for sharing, Sherry Martin. And then, after stamping something in the wrong orientation, decided to embrace the mystery. I'm going to go back to the first one I stamped. Very good. So let's talk about mystery card night, you guys. So last night, I love using this new magnifying glass. I got a new magnifying glass and we got to use it for mystery card night last night. And so just a reminder, if you guys didn't catch mystery card night, this is the card I made live with you. And then this is what we had cased to get the clues. And so yes, that was last night. Make sure you get your cards submitted by Monday night. That's the last time you can submit cards. I'm going to put this out there into the world, you guys. If you hear me starting to wrap up, I did pull the 3 monthly card class made cards, and I have names on the backs of these so that we can call some winners off. So if you guys get to me to the end and I haven't remembered to do that, let's do that and we'll do a door prize drawing. Look at the gems on that glass. I don't know where they are, but gems. So I have here, you love the card from last night. Great, thank you. I'm so glad you loved it. I was very pleased with it, you guys. This is my kind of a card. Lots of layers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 layers on the top, right? And then 2 more on the inside. So that's my kind of a card. Ribbons, 2 ribbons and gems. So that's my kind of a card. So in a moment, you guys, we're going to work on the butterfly cards, the beautiful butterflies. But we just had this showcase, and I thought, well, you might not get to the showcase, but you might catch what's coming up soon. We have the MS card making benefit, which is a $40 donation plus shipping if you need it shipped. And these are the cards, and I want to start showing them off even more and more, because we have quite a few left. We were aggressive with our goal. We did 96 for the MS benefit last year. And coming out of the Wounded Warrior Project benefit, where we made 352, we thought that we could manage to get donations for 152 of these. So prove us right that we did good forecasting. And with a $40 donation, you get these as kits, or you can get them made up. And then you would just need to do shipping. So get registered for this. Make us proud. Help us out with your donation to the National MS Foundation. All right. And then next week, Thursday, if you guys are looking for something to do, I have the order-based class that Diane and I worked on called Twisted in Time. We're going to do this next Thursday. I think it's April. Oh, I don't have a calendar here. April 3rd, I think, is what next week Thursday is. And so this is free with a either $40 or $60 order. If you need them mailed to you, they're a $60 order. And if you attend in person, it's a $40 order with Diane. Now, if you're on my team, the Be Happy Stampers, you have the option of paying for this class. It is $22 or $22 plus shipping. So just a note that this is what's coming up really soon. It's next week. And tomorrow, I love you, tomorrow, you're only a day away. There you go, my songs. You guys, we have the Stamp-A-Stack. Now, this is what we're doing tomorrow. Yes, we are. We're going to make that happen. So you would have got, for those that did the class with me, you got the packet like this, which is what you have to make all of the things. Plus, if you're not on my team and didn't get the team pricing, you would also have gotten the designer paper, the ribbon, and the embellishments. And at the moment, if you go to my YouTube channel, you're going to see that I'm supposed to be live at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. I'm going to be in Appleton at an appointment tomorrow morning. Actually, I have 2 appointments in Appleton, which is a 45-minute drive. So in my head, my appointment, first one gets done at 11. My second one's at 11:30 to 12:15. And then it's a 45-minute drive back. That puts me to 1. And I'm guessing I will do class at either 1:30 or 1:45, okay? So just so you know that if you're doing that class with me, I'm not going to be live in the morning. As soon as I'm done with this one, I'll go into the computer and adjust all the times. Jolene has the tutorial written for that one, and I will be emailing that out right after class is done too. And she was working on the Wildflower Suite class from 2 weeks ago, and she's working, or was that 2 weeks ago? Was that last week? It wasn't 2 weeks ago. It was last week, Thursday. And then she's working on Rose Coleman's Technique Club class PDF. And so those are coming out soon. So yeah, so a little catch up on that. And then also just to remind you guys what the next ink, paper, scissors is for next month. It features mixed media labels or mixed media floral. And you're actually going to get 5 cards next month for the ink, paper, scissors. And so these are the 5 beautiful springtime ready to be warm cards for us. And then I've got this little bit of pile of happy mail that I got in here. And this one is from Anna Rebedu. I'm grateful for all the little things that you do. And then I gave her a bee mug, you guys. So I have my helpers, and they didn't go to, some of them didn't go to onstage. And so I made up a few extra of my bee mugs for my team gift. And so I gave one to Anna because she's an amazing helper. And then this is a beautiful card that comes from Sherry Pyre. And you guys put her and her son and her family in your prayers if you can. Sherry's son, Ryan, just underwent a lung transplant yesterday and was in surgery from start to finish with prep and finalizing stuff. It was like 8 hours. And he had been in the hospital for the last month. And so just keep her and her family in your prayers, you guys. They could definitely use the extra, a little bit of love and positive energy and prayers coming your way. And she wrote me a really pretty love note. So I got to spend some time with her at Onstage. And she's the one that helped design the MS cards with Cheryl Taylor. So I have this pretty, she knows how much I love purple. So that really pretty card using that mother of pearl paper was really cool. So you guys can see it's got a little bit of holographic glittery glow to it. And then this one comes to me from Faye Gabi, right? Yes, Faye Gabi. Faye, I got to your card. It was in my bag. It says 5 rules: be honest, be kind, be positive, be grateful, believe in yourself. And so she gave me that card at Onstage. It's really cool. Thank you. Hi, Mimi Howenstein. This is always fun to see. So this is Pat Fleming. You guys will recognize this if you watched my Iconic Celebrations card class. was an ink, paper, scissors back in October. And I love getting back cards that are designed here in the hive. And so it's really cool. So that was one of our class cards using those druzy embellishments. And then this one comes to us from Chris Robinson. So I'm gonna have to read her note, you guys. Just a quick note to go with the check. I made this a few years ago in a class. Since it's purplicious, I thought I would send it to you. Do with it what you want. I love the mock Hallmark piece on the back. And this is what was really cool. It says, when I care enough, I make it myself, which I thought was pretty priceless. I love it. And then it says, not my stamp, unfortunately. And then it says, I think we were to leave a special bow technique, but I think I screwed up. But I don't think she did. I don't know how she did it, but she's got a double bow on here and the top is smaller. Oh, I know how she did that. She did the first loop around the first ones and then she went bigger with the next loop. And so she did a double bow with 2 different sizes, which is super cool. So I just had to share that with you guys. That was from Chris Robinson. Cool. So I know I have more happy mail, but that's all I had time to grab before I came upstairs. So I thought you guys would enjoy that. And Maria says hello. Hello, Maria, to you as well. Can we just buy the Twisted in Time without purchasing or being a bee? So no, Julie, it is our quarterly order-based class, and we do them 4 times a year, and it is offered only free with an order. And I was just talking about this on my live that I did for the showcase with regards to the sentimental Christmas. So if we over forecast and the class sits for, I put a time period on it just today actually, because the sentimental Christmas is one from October and it's the oldest one I have and it's only about 6 months old. And I just said today that I think that I'm at the point where I have 11 of them left. I don't think anybody that placed an order to get that class for free would feel bad if I actually sold some of them now, because it was my fault that I over forecasted, right? I had the same amount that I kind of normally do, which is 60, and we ended up with 12 or 11 of them left. And so just today during the live, I gave myself permission and people permission to get the Sentimental Christmas class for a fee, regardless if you're on my team or not. Now for the order-based class that was in January, which was the Otters one, I'm not ready to do that yet because I just got an order last week for that class and somebody picked the Otters class to get it free with the order. So come July or so, August, if I'm doing a showcase and I have, let's say, 5 or 8 of them left, I'll be like, yeah, let's get them out into happy homes so that they can get made. But at this moment, and I don't know if I'm going to over forecast or not. We kitted up. Well, we didn't kit them up. We have them out with the helpers right now. We only prepped 48, where for the class in January, we kitted 60 and we ended up with 8 left. And for Sentimental Christmas, we kitted 60 and we had 12 left. And so now for this class, we just dropped our forecast down and we're only kitting 48. So it's just a risk that you take. But Julie, you're already on the class list. If I recall, you placed an order a few weeks ago and it was good. And if I'm not mistaken, you're signed up for the class already. So I don't think you have to worry about it. In fact, I'll just tell you guys really quick. I feel as though like Sandy Coy. Oh, it's Julie Bontranger. Okay, so I confused my Julie B's. You guys, I have 3 Julie B's, all right? Julie Bontranger, just Julie Demyers. It's Julie D and Julie B and Julie B. And you guys, so it was Julie Bontranger that I'm thinking of. So Julie Demyers, I would have to say no, not at this point. There's a kitten. I would say not at this point. If I have any left and it's let's say 6 months down the road, then I would put it out there. But that's just the risk. I was talking to Kathleen about it. I don't know if I'll have them left or not. So with making 12 less. So can you buy the PDF? Absolutely. Yes, you guys, anytime I do an online class, you can purchase the PDF. And I just talked to my IT guy. I don't have an IT guy, but I have a person that helped me build my website back in 2018. And if you guys recall, I ran out of room in my online store to put more PDFs. So I came up with a plan all by myself. And okay, so long story short, I have 2 options. I either need to move my website to Spotify or I need to move to the new Squarespace website. Either way, it involves a long weekend and then more of work redoing a website, which I don't have at the moment. Okay, so at the moment now, if you guys want any tutorials from February 27th or earlier, you go to the online classes tutorials. My last one that I have in here is Everyday Arches. That was on February 27th. Anything from before that, excluding Let's Just Stamp a monthly class, is going to be in here, right? That's where you can go buy it from. If you want to pay with a credit card, you guys are always welcome to Zelle, PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, Cash Check, anything for PDFs, right? Outside of my system. And you can get Let's Just Stamps, you can get monthly class. So for those that want to use, hi Penny Powell, hi Linda Hunt. Yes, you did see Hunky. You saw Nancy, it was actually Hunky. For those of you who want to use a credit card to pay for a tutorial, this is how I finagled it in my system. If you go to my events calendar, you guys, everything really is housed in my events calendar for paying for classes. And what I did, and I'm going to do this every month that we're in, I'm going to always move this to the current month so it stays always in the month that we're in. And I'm always going to put it on the first of the month. That's my goal. When you click on it, it says PDF tutorials available with cards by Christine. I made it as an event, and it's always going to be on the first of the month. And I am going to have, like it says here, if you want from February 27th and prior, click here. And then anything February 28th or after, you can come down here and there's a drop down. Here's the chunk of classes right here. Beautiful Bokeh, Wildflower, With You in Mind. I have them all listed. So the sale-a-bration, Hula Rough Unfolds. And down here in the drop down is where they are. So I don't know if I should do this on a monthly basis and just keep it to 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 or 9 or 10 or however many are in the month, or if I should keep growing this and keep one master list and you guys would just have to scroll through till you find the one you want. This list would always grow then too. I'm almost thinking to keep everything concise and together, as I would just keep growing this list, and I would always move this from March 1st to April 1st to May 1st to June 1st. So it's always in the current month of my calendar. So I should have talked about that on my showcase, but I completely forgot. And this is only if you want to use a credit card to pay from. Now with this, what happens is you'll pay for it, and then I will see your order, and then I need to email it to you. The thing is, when you get them through my online store here, you get them automatically emailed from my website. So mainly you'll still get it and you can use your credit card, but anybody ever that wants to use something other than a credit card to get stuff, you just send me an email and I will process your transaction outside of my website. So that's what I figured out. I thought, well, this might work, right? Why not go this route and try it? All right. Let's see here. Karen Lawrence, hello. Love your cards and watch all your classes. Aw, thanks, Karen. I appreciate that. Okay, I do have a little spoiler, a sneaky peek for you guys. I got my pre-order in, and I thought I would open up the new ink colors with you, and we'll see if we can remember their names together. So, these are them. I thought I'd share them with you. We have Darling Duckling, Timid Tiger, Cloud Cover, Strawberry Slush, which is a blast from the past. Oh man, what is this one called? Sea Creature? See Something. See Something. Somebody remembers. I don't remember. I thought it was actually more green. It's actually more of a cross between Misty Moonlight and Navy. And it's called See Something. And you know what? I have my catalog right here. Is somebody going to answer before I look it up and figure it out? Let's see here. I know the colors are in the back. Secret Sea! All right, not sea urchin. You guys, I'm going to forever call that sea urchin now. Thanks, Debbie Gast. It's called Secret Sea. Very good. So there's a little sneak peek of what we've got for some ink colors. Thanks, Karen Wetstein. All right. So just a reminder, you guys, you can always find when I have classes on my calendar here. And so tonight we have ink, paper, scissors. Tomorrow we have Stamp-a-Stack. And then we have a small business showcase. And then March, actually, you guys, we had a move here for in-person. If anybody wants to do the suite class with me Monday night, you are welcome to. And Gina's got class on Monday morning. We still got, look at that. all the action here. We still got lots of classes to offer you guys. And a reminder, my host code is always on my website, and you're welcome to always place an order to get a class for free. Just know that April 15th is the end. Starting April 15th, you want to just make sure that it says you're shopping with me as your demonstrator. All right, ink, paper, scissors. So for those that got signed up for ink, paper, scissors with me, you would get a kit that looks like this. Your golden ticket says Beautiful Bokeh ink, paper, scissors. Today's date is the 27th. So keep that handy for when you're going to make your cards. It'll help you go to my events calendar. I referenced the link for the email, the link for the YouTube video in the event. You'll have your 4 card kits like this. And what we're going to do is we got to cut our designer series paper. So for this one, how the designer series paper works is you get 2 of every color. So there were 2 sheets. So you got 12 sheets total. So there's 6 patterns, and you got 2 of each one. So you definitely have more than enough to help make your cards, and then some extra for doing your envelope flaps if you want, or to make other creations. The gem that you're getting in here are the little bokeh, itty bitty bokeh mix. And then you'll have a roll of this amazing white ribbon. I think it's amazing because it's very versatile. You guys, if you paid attention to how many, hi Julie Bontringer. We're just getting started to make the cards right now, so you're really great on time. So I have used, if you guys saw, we've used this white ribbon on a lot of kits recently. So it's definitely very versatile, and you can color it. And I think we actually colored it. Oh, we did color it, so I'm gonna need to grab a marker for that. But I have a roll that's open, and I have some mixes that are open, so I'm not going to use these. And I'll put them back into my stash. And then these are the cards. Some of my ink pad stickers aren't sticking as they should. Not all, just some. Very interesting. So, oh, I didn't grab any ink, you guys. Oh, man. All right, and I didn't grab a sponge dauber. Oh, my goodness. I did make sure that I had my white here and my heat gun, but I did not pull gray granite, balmy blue, fresh freesia. Oh, my gosh. Hang on, you guys. Let's go grab some inks really quick. We need balmy blue, fresh freesia. Hi, hunky noodle. Balmy blue, fresh freesia. We need Lost Lagoon, I think. And we need lemon lolly, yaman yali. We need a Versamark pad. We need Calypso coral. Oh my goodness. Okay. And then we also need a fresh freesia, I believe. And one, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. Oh my goodness, you guys have all of your inks ready? I guess I wasn't as prepared as I thought I was. And then these are the ink colors that we should be using. Also, you're gonna need a Versamark pad, or you're going to need to have a white ink pad, one of the two. So for those of you who wanna see this, the Bokeh was part of the mini catalog. It comes as a suite, and there's stamps and dies. And then there is the pack of designer paper, an embossing folder, and it's a hybrid so that you can use the die inside the embossing folder. And when you get to the dies section here, what's really cool, Kelly has it referenced that that's what it looks like when you have the die inside the embossing folder. So those are what you get together for that set. Hi, Deanne Dawn. All right. So let's put this off to the side. And what we're gonna need to do is pull out a trimmer, and we're gonna need to cut our paper. So we need this piece. Now, you guys, what the great thing about this is you can mix and match stuff. So if you don't necessarily want this side, you could always do this side. We use this one for that. We use the orange. Aren't you glad we have class tonight? And the yellow here. This one used fresh freesia. And then this one, what's left then? This guy right here. Now, that's a piece of designer paper here, and we used it from here. We grabbed a little section from that. And then, does that mean I captured them all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, that's it. So you guys, these are leftover. You could make something else with them when your heart desires. All right, so I think we've got some easy cuts ahead of us. And the main thing is that if you're not a 16th kind of person, you might go up or you might go down. This one is 5 by 3 3/4, so that's really easy. And there's no real rhyme or reason to it. I think I'm going to choose this lighter section to put behind so it kind of stands out better. So I'm going to cut that first, the 3 3/4. I'm going to save that for my envelope flap. And then this is at 5. So this piece right here could get used on your inside if you want. So I'm just going to set that with this card. And then this is one that has, you just open the flap, it's the one that has the berry burst. So I'm just going to stick that all like that and have that ready to put together later. This one is a nice easy cut as well. I'm going to think that they're all easy, I think. It's 5 1/4 by 3 1/4. So it's this one, and I'm going to cut my 3 1/4 first because this could become my envelope flap, and it's by 5 1/4. This could potentially get used on the inside. Oh, I wonder if that could get used here. I don't know. So this could be on the outside. If you don't, and this could be my envelope flap, if you don't feel like cutting into this piece of paper, what you could do is potentially use that. It will blend in more, whereas if you do grab one of this section, it'll stand out a little bit more. So I might just go and grab that section anyways. And that little piece is just a 1/2 inch by 3 inches. So I'm going to go to the 3 here and guess where a 1/2 is. And then I'm going to go at a 1/2 here and bring this right down to 3. And that will take out my little piece here. And so what it is it gave me a mixture of yellow and blue together. All right, so those are what I need for this card, which is the one with balmy blue, which is this one right here. So I'm going to put that like that. And then put my card with that. And I'm just setting these off to the side for the moment. So then these are extra. This next one is the Fresh Freesia one. And that is a cut that is, I believe, 5 1/16 by 3 13/16. So I'm going to do the 3 13/16 first, because then I can use this on my envelope flap. And then I need 5 1/16 here. And this could be used on the inside of my card if I want. So that's it for this one. And that, when you open up this, is the Blackberry Bliss. Okay. And then the last card has 2 pieces, and they're similar, they're different sizes. This DSP is 4 3/4 by 2. So I think what I'll do is cut off the 2 first. And then 4 3/4. You're gonna make something pretty with this. Where are the thumbs up? Yes, Elaine. Let's make sure I did a thumbs up. I'm pretty sure I did. Yep, I got my thumbs up. Appreciate prompting everybody to do a thumbs up. And our other DSP is 2 1/2 by 3 1/2. So we're gonna do 2 1/2 by 3 1/2. And then figure out which color you want to use for the envelope flap. I'm going to use coral probably, and envelope flaps are usually about 2 1/4. They're not 2. We make them work with 2, but you're better with 2 1/4. So I'm going to leave this for my envelope flap. What did I just do? No, I did it right. No, did I just cut into my piece? I don't think I did. Did I just? Oh, here it is. Oh my goodness. I was so worried. I thought I cut into that. So this is what we need for this card. Now, we had a slight issue. We're done cutting designer paper. We're not done cutting. We had a slight issue. It wasn't an issue. We just cut a piece wrong. We cut this piece the wrong size. We cut it too big, which is the best problem to have. Okay, too small, problem. Too big, we can make it work. I am probably considered obnoxious, but every time I go to somebody's demonstration, I make sure I do a thumbs up. So I remind everybody, perfect. Elaine, that's awesome. Because when you guys hit thumbs ups, it's a great reminder, because what happens is it puts this video in other people that might be interested in it, into their like news feed, or however you want to call it in YouTube land, your playlists. So you guys, we did make a mistake. You're going to need to grab this out. It is currently 5 1/4 by 4, which is not correct. So here's the deal. It needs to be 5 by 3 3/4 or 5 1/16 by 3 13/16, right? Whatever you want it to be. But you have to know, if you use your rotary cutter to cut it, because it's embossed, it's going to catch it funny and it's not going to be happy with you. Okay. So the other thing I need to tell you is, when Rhonda embossed it, she didn't realize that the butterfly had a certain orientation to it. So what's going to happen is, if you have your butterfly this way, and I wasn't going to have her cut 80 of them over, you guys. I really felt like that was not really an option, because that would have not been good. So you have a decision to make. Like, we're going to trim this. Hi, honey. Hello, baby. No, I know you're not going to sit right here. You're just coming to investigate what's going on, because you are not one to ever plop down and like show me love it on the video. Yep, there you go. So with this, you guys have an option. When you're looking at your butterfly facing this way, these are divoted down, right? They're the opposite of what I have them on this sample. But if you flip it this way, your butterflies will, she just stole my chair. Now that is something, you guys. I am standing and there she is. I stood up for a moment to stretch my back and she totally took my seat. Okay, so if you have your butterfly facing this way, then these are going to be popped up. So I'm going to do it this way, just so you guys can see how it looks like going the opposite way. Never plot down except for today, huh? Never plot down except for today. Not sure what plot down is, but yes, kitty sighting for you guys. So I'm going to do it this way because I do want to see these butterflies popped up, right? But here's our problem. It's too big. So if you use this kind of a cutter, you have to absolutely make sure that your blade is sharper than all sharp. And just know, in class last night, people were getting it caught left and right. So I'm actually going to grab a little baby guillotine, all right? And I am going to just trim off hairs off of each side. So I'm going to guess about like this much. And then on this one, it's at 4. So I know I'm going to do about 3 seconds. And then on this side, I'm going to do get it to 3 13/16. And then I need to do this side yet. So I'm just going to do a hair on that side. So a guillotine is going to work best to trim it, to get it down to size. All right. So, hi, baby. That's the main goal, is just to get it a little bit less on each side. And now it should fit really nicely. And we'll start with this one. This is the one that's going to suck all your brain juice. Okay. So this one's going to make you work for it. So in your kit, you'll have your butterfly here. Now, I do tell my die cutters they are not responsible for popping things out. And sometimes this kind of stuff with these detailed dies, they might get caught. And so I'm seeing here that they gave me this one because it didn't cut all the way. Now, there's a lot of quality control that we do with our kits. There really are. Like, there's so many eyes that are constantly looking at this. And what happens is, they intentionally gave me this one so I could talk about it, I think. If you get something like this that isn't cut all the way, it's either because it's going to get covered up, or you could take your scissors and you could shore this up. But what happens is, this is going to go right here, and actually it's going to go right there. My label's going to go here, so that one will probably not matter over here. But this one here, what I can do is take my paper snips here, and sometimes all it needs is just a little help. Like, well, look at that. It just like kind of fell right off. There's one little part of it that's sometimes caught, and sometimes it's more than a little part, but it makes you work for them a little bit more. And if you're using a really sharp scissors, it should allow you to kind of get in there. And the other thing you could do is if you take your picky tool here and you can take and use that, you can kind of scrape. Now, I'm sure that, see, look at that. I just kind of took from the back side and it helps to poke through it with your pokey tool. Now, I'm pretty sure that you guys are generally safe, but I always like to tell this to you guys. Ooh, look at that, it popped right out. In case you ever get something from us, our quality control, because my mom is 72 years old. Her eyes aren't the most amazing eyes. Diane is 70, right? She's getting to the point where she's talking about needing cataract surgery, okay? Rhonda's got eyes that water a lot, so I'm not saying anything wrong with them, but just know that we do our best. And I don't have eyes on absolutely everything either, but I do know that they do their best, and they try to catch absolutely everything, and we don't send out stuff that is, like, not necessarily good. So, but it's potentially something you could work with. So I'm actually going to just leave that, because what's happening is this is going to be underneath with all the shaker stuff, and whoever gets this isn't going to necessarily see that. And I got everything out. Everything else seemed to poke out just fine, right? The main thing I would suggest is always going from the back, though, and take your picky tool around it. And I don't know, I'm going to try. Oh, look at that. Look at that. All I had to do was poke her through the back. And we got it. You guys, when Tammy and her mom, they die cut 80 of these at a time, and they are trying to make sure that they're perfect for you. We definitely do try to make sure everything is shored up for you. All right, so we're going to poke that guy backwards. There it is. Okay, so we got that. Hello, Becky Roar. All right, so let's put that back. So let's talk about this guy. It is a fun fold. And you have a white body and a white wing set. This, we're going to need to emboss that with the white embossing powder. Okay. Then in your inside, you have a bubble bath, and you have a white for your outside here. Excuse me. This white fits that. You have a piece of acetate, and that is to make your window for the shaker. And then you have the white piece and a bubble bath for your inside mat. All right, so lots of pieces with this one, and we're going to be doing a shaker card. So, question. So, Elaine's video stopped. Mine is still going. Oh, was that commercial? Huh? I get it. Yes, the commercial stops. Then you can fast forward, I think. So, my question is, has anybody not done a shaker card before that's doing this class with me? I'm definitely going to go through it very detailed so that you know what to do. This one is a very special kind of a fun shaker card. It's because of the way that that needs to fit in here. So you have your big piece of designer paper here, and that is ultimately going to go here, and this will cover up that. So what we can do for now is glue. Oh, some people took this side for their designer paper too, you guys. You can always switch it out if you want. So the first thing we're going to do is glue this piece of designer paper to the larger white piece. There are two white pieces. You want to make sure you're gluing it to the larger one so you have that border around. Okay. Figure out which way you want your butterfly to go. And you're not gluing this, but what you're going to do is you're going to gently set that exactly where it's going to be placed. And now we have a guide or a template for where we're going to glue our white piece here. Look at me still picking. And you're going to use liquid glue on this to get this glued down. And we have to do this now so we know exactly where to put it. If you get, whoa, I got it. If you get crazy and start putting your window sheet down, you're going to be sad with yourself because you're going to struggle bus it. So now this butterfly goes right in that opening, like that. Okay, so far so good. All right, then our body would go next. Right, so let's glue this down. And then this will go, ooh, probably don't need a lot of glue. All right, so then this, and hold this down. Now you know exactly where to put this. It should fit right in the opening. Had you gone right on, I did this earlier on a different card. Had you glued this right to here, you would have to guess where this needs to go. But now that we have this down, now we can do the rest of the shaker card. It's really important that that goes down first. And we could even now flip this over and put this right onto our card base. Oh, Julie has never made a shaker card, and Kelly hasn't either. Well, very good. You guys are getting your first shaker cards. And this is a legitimate, straight up OG type of shaker card, right? This isn't a faker shaker card using a plastic envelope sleeve. All right, so far this is good. This is our base. It's all about the base, no trouble. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this, and we need to glue this window sheet onto here. You wanna make sure the window sheet is smaller than the berry burst piece. And so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna just trim a little bit off. Right here, we're just gonna trim a hair off. And now just measure this again, eyeball it. Okay, so that's good. I'm gonna use this tear-in tape to put this on. You could use liquid glue, but I hate using liquid glue with acetate. It just seems to squish around. With the tear-in tape, it's kind of like a permanent bond right off the bat. And what you're doing, I gotta think about what I'm doing. Yeah, this is right. Okay. Every time I do a shaker card, I have to think twice. All right, so what we're doing first is we're gluing the window sheet down onto this mat. You can see there's glass that acetates there. All right, so there's this. And then this can go right on here. And again, you want to try to get this lined up so you don't see any of the acetate peeking out the edges. All right, so now you have created the window here. You like that. It's all about the base, no trouble. All right, so now it's important for you guys to have some of these foam strips. You could use your dimensionals like this on the edges, but these are not as tall. So I definitely would recommend using these foam strips. Sometimes you get these in paper pumpkin kits too. But when you take one of these foam strips, you just peel this off. And what you're gonna do is go around your butterfly or whatever image it is that you're trying to make be the shaker part. And so this is gonna be the area where the stuff shakes all around like a salt shaker. And you're just gonna keep grabbing the strips. They do bend easier. Like let's say you take that off. You wanna make sure they butt up together. They do bend and are more pliable if you take that paper waxy off. Right, so go like that. And then we're gonna have it round. And once it's down, it's sometimes hard to pull it back up. See, it started to stick weird. So I'm just gonna pull that off. And then now it comes down to you need to make sure you have the right size. So this one's gonna butt up right there. And then we just need a little bit, and that little bit is too little of a bit. So we need about that much, not even that much, I'm guessing. And you're going to have that meet that one. You don't want it really hanging over. Okay, but now we're not done because, oh, see, look what happened. That moved. So you're going to create the area where your gems or whatever your shaker bits are going to go into. But I'm not done because I need to have the height over on this side too. So we're going to use that guy. And then we'll cut this one and go right there. So it'll help support those sides is what I'm trying to say. And then we'll put this guy over here. And then I'm going to just put one more small piece right up here. And you can keep adding, like, if you want to more, but I feel like this is sufficient for what we're doing. And what's going to happen next is we need to make sure we get our shaker bits in here. But you're not going to be able to put them here and go like this because it's not going to work. So our goal is to put our shaker bits right on the butterfly here. And you guys get like one shot in the night. And you're going to have to get, I might be getting my head in here for this, but you want to make sure that this just gets lined up and put right down on top of this card base. So these are your really cool bitty bokeh mix here. There's sequins in here, and there's actually real gems that are popped up 3D that are really cool for putting on your card. And so you have to be here, like this one right here. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's like, it's tall and has some dimension to it. I'm going to save that to put on the outside of my card though. There's not a lot of those in here. They have some bigger ones and they have some smaller ones. Generally, a lot of this stuff in here are these little shiny disco balls. They're not, but they look like little shiny sequins that are flat. Diane had this class on Tuesday night and they were on the floor all over. So they're very staticky, so you got to be really careful. And the question is, how many should you use? How much should you put in? You don't want to put too many in, but you don't want to not have enough either, right? So I guess my general rule of thumb is when you think you have enough, add a little bit more. Just because I think I tend to under put in. And then when you under put in, it's not going to be very full and glitzy, right? So I'm just going to keep grabbing these. If you had a little baby spoon, that would be cool. But like if you look in here, they got caught everywhere. They're so cool. Hi, Bobby McPherson. All right, so let's do a little bit more. Oh, I found a big one. We're going to save him for the outside of the card. And so now I think I have enough. That's what I'm going to do, just a little bit more. And I found another big gem. There, I saved it for putting on the outside of my card. So these are not, they don't have adhesive, as you can see. So if you want to glue any of these to the outside of your card, you're going to have to put liquid glue underneath them. All right. I think I'm good now. Perfect. So there's that. Then what happens is this needs to go on over the top. Take a deep breath, shut your eyes and go for it. Nope, just kidding. I am going to get my head in here, guys. I'm going to move it right here. Maybe I can just hover over this way. I'm going to hover this way. Okay, now I'm really going to get my head in here just because I want to make sure I got the top. Okay. Right there. Looks good to me? Question mark? Okay, I didn't shut my eyes. I really kept them open. And you want to follow that ridge around to create a really nice bond between that adhesive sheet and the paper that's below it. Not that your bitty bokehs all kind of wiggle their ways out. Okay. I think that was plenty. I'm really happy with that amount. I'm glad I didn't have less than that. I could have even had a little bit more. And it turned out that it's on there straight. Yay. Okay. Super cool and the gang. All right. Now we can do some stamping. So we need to do some heat embossing. So not only are you guys doing a shaker card, you guys are doing heat embossing on the same card. So I've got these guys can go back in here. That's going to get glued on the outside. So I grabbed my embossing toolkit here. So this is still available. I don't know if you guys know it, but in your, oh, look at that, look at that. Oh, that was perfect. Page 101 of the Beekeeper's Guide, Embossing Editions Toolkit. It's, I can't remember if it's in the annual catalog or if it's an online exclusive, but it's $27 and it has the buddy, a powder pal, a reverse tweezers, and a crafting brush. Hi, big boy. I see a bigger Tigger here. All right, all three of the kittens are with me, you guys. Who would have thunk it? Do class up in the mini hive, and I've got all the kittens with me. All right, so that's the embossing powder. It's a little chalk pillow. And what it does is it takes any of the grease you might have on your fingers or any static electricity, and it makes it go away. And then I keep my white embossing powder. I'm cracking you up with the sequins. Ah, good. So this is white embossing powder. And this happy birthday comes from here. And we're going to need happy birthday and a butterfly and time to celebrate. So let's grab a block. And this one's not a very sticky stamp anymore. So if that's the case, you guys might need to wash it off. But I'm going to take the Versamark. It's just a gooey pigment pad. It's clear, so you're not going to be able to see it. You could also use your white stamp pad, your white craft pad, if you so desire. And what happens is you're going to stamp this. And I've got it centered right in the middle. And what's going to happen, you're not going to see where I stamped it unless you look really close. Here's Big Boy, in case you guys are wondering. Tigger! See him? Oh wait, I'm in your way. There he is. He's right there. It comes. He's walking this way. Ooh, ooh, ooh. S and the P want to get with me. And then you guys, Honey's in the chair. That's an old school song. All right, so you can see it, right? You can see it, which is good. And then we're going to come right over here. And we're going to pour the white embossing powder over it. And because it's a gooey pigment pad, it should... Oh, okay, that's why I keep my stuff in a Tupperware. Okay, and I used that embossing powder, so that really helped not to get the sprinkly dinks all around over there. And then you can use your reverse tweezers to hold it. Now, I generally keep this like loose in here because I don't care if it's all messy all over the place. So I just set that off to the side. All right, so I keep my embossing powders each in a tub like this. I mean, they're all different colors and such, but here's my old school embossing tool. I'm going to shut this so they don't blow all over the place. And what's going to happen is these are tiny pieces of plastic pellets and they melt. And so I'm going to give this gun a second to heat up. Oh man, Honey's scared. Okay, so the heat is like a toaster oven, or let's say a toaster meets a hairdryer is what that's all about. And it's super hot, and what it does is it melts the plastic pellets together so that they look it brightens them up. And now if you put your hand over it, they won't come off. Where before, had you run your finger over it, they would have just wiped right off. And you want to use the tweezers so you do not burn your fingers. Yes, they still sell Tupperware, you guys. And if you're looking for a Tupperware lady, my gal is Rosie Mertens, and she's going to be at the Small Business Showcase this weekend on Saturday. She sets up 2 tables, you guys, 2 8-foot tables. And I heard they went and filed for bankruptcy last year, but they're still selling their things. So I know that Tupperware's still around, you guys. All right, so this gets washed just like it normally would. And you just use your chamois, get that gooey ink off of there. And then what we can do is grab our Lost Lagoon. And we also needed to grab Berry Burst. Honey. Tigger. Watch out, big boy. So we needed Berry Burst. You're so handsome. Hi, kitten. All right. Honey, you're adorable too. So here's our Berry Burst. And then we'll grab the D block. And we'll stamp time to celebrate. 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 Go on and celebrate. Another commercial. And we'll put a little teeny tiny polka dot bikini butterfly in Lost Lagoon. And that'll go right. I like it to look like it's perching on there. Now, I think that's what we did here. Yep, that looks good. So I think, excuse me, we're all done stamping at the moment for this card. And we can glue and glue, and then we'll finish off with a little bit of ribbon. So we're going to open this up and put our bubbles that are from the bath in here. And then we'll put our white mat. So whenever we do an ink, paper, scissors, we definitely double mat the inside. Yes, you can find some at Target. Yes, Lynn Beasley, you are correct. And Rosie Merton said you can also find them at TJ Maxx. And you can find them in the grocery store. So yeah, so what happened is I asked Rosie about it, and she said that they filed for bankruptcy and a company's looking at buying them out, and then they are going to they put their products in stores, which I said, well, how does that affect you? Because you are an independent like seller of this stuff. Doesn't that harm you or hurt you? And she just shrugged her shoulders, right? I mean, it sucks big time because here, like you can go buy it at a store and then that hurts the like Rosie who sells this and spends a lot of her livelihood working on selling stuff. So yes, we just need a little bit of ribbon. And what we're going to do is grab our tear and tape. Grab 2 pieces. You're going to have one waiting in the wings. Okay, so you guys notice my butterflies are doing like a mirror thing. This one's going that way and this one's going like this. It's a little bit like this and a little bit like that. That means I'm going to do this on the opposite side too. I'm going to bring it over here. And that means I'm going to put my ribbon over here though versus there. So I just caught that. I don't know if you noticed that. I almost put it on the wrong side. Well, it went a bit wrong. It's just different side. So we're going to fold our ribbon in half. And it's going to go underneath happy. Like that. And this is your time. If you don't like the Humpty Hump as big as it is, you can always bring it back down, y'all. Like that. And then now we're going to cover this up to pickle it. And what happens is this is going to be flat and this stuff is going to be popped up with dimensionals because I already popped up the other side. So we're going to put one here and one here. So for you, those of you who did my Winter Creative Escape with me, this is definitely your double dipper. I don't think you'll mind though because it is an awesome card to have 2 of. And you might be inclined to give one away then, and then you can still keep one for yourself as a sample. So this is going to come over on this side. And that pops up. Grab that ribbon scissors, and now I'm going to trim my tails. I liked them looking like that. And then I had told you I saved these guys for a reason. There's one big, one small, and I want a few more. So what I'm going to do to put these on, I don't mind. Oh, snapware. Yes, Barbara Gabia. I love the snapware too. That's what we use at home here is the glass bottoms and then the plastic tops or whatever they are. And then I'm going to put, so there's 1, 2, buckle my shoe, 3, 4, shut the door, and then we'll do another 1, 5 right there. And then this is really good to use your putty end of your pick tool because you can pick things up and you can put things down like Bob the Builder. And then the thing is, you need to grab some of these dudes to put on the side. So we're going to grab this one, put you right there. Now, the main thing, oh, here's one right there. That little guy. He's going to go on the side here. So they're the gems that have a rolled top to them. I'm going to put this big guy right there. And that's 5 gems, right? So our odd number. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you could go crazy. You could go ham. You could put more on if you want. But I think that looks nice to me. And what you could Stella, I feel like I should be on the dance floor and not in the craft room. Well, the good thing about it, Angelique, is you get to do both. You could like be dancing in your seat or like dancing with myself. I was dancing with myself. All right, so this is great because you can put your Stella all over this label. And you can go over the heat embossed and it's not going to make it bleed or wreck it. There you go. If you are so inclined to, you could even draw around the embossed butterflies like that. to give them a little bedazzly. Well, this Stella pen is actually working. All right, so that completes our first card. Yay. I think we got the hardest one out of the way though, because really that one probably had it had two techniques going on, right? Heat embossing, I think, is a technique in my book. And then it also had the shaker element of it. Now we also get to do our envelope flap glue. Did you guys see where I was looking like, where's my glue? And I love ink, paper, scissors also because you guys have enough. I like to grab the corner a little bit to make sure it gets a little glue. You guys have enough to do your envelope flaps. It makes me happy seeing a card that has an envelope flap in the mail. All right, so there's that. And then for our envelope flaps, all you gotta do is a zoom, 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 and boom, boom. What's the rest of that song? I think you guys know. Okay, so there's that. And around the corner here. So we have a matchy envelope with our butterfly card. Tagar, body. Hey, stop it. You are up to no good. You guys. There's the culprit right there. He's acting all innocent right now, but he was digging through my papers, that little boy. So I'm not ending up using this. It is going to go to my extra pile. I'm going to set that guy right there, and we'll put this one here. And we're going to grab the next card, which is this Orange-alicious one. No naked envelopes, you know it. All right, here's this guy. So this is the coral. Coral. Oh, there's my little guy. I knew I had another one out. All right, so we're going to start with the envelope flap because it's right in front of my face. And I believe that it's the whole thing. Excuse me. That's the easy part right here. Grab a little bit with my corner so that it has glue. All right, and I like to fold that back to make sure I get it as far down into the crack, I guess you could say, as it needs to go. All right, and then same concept. If you catch your envelope while you're cutting, it's okay. Nobody's gonna really know that you took part of the envelope with it. I'm glad you guys liked that last card. Okay, so here's our envelope. Boom, ready to go. You look so tired. All right, so there's the envelope. And then what we'll do is we'll grab this out and burnish this right away. Okay, so this has been embossed with that embossing folder, the butterflies. That's gonna go there. We have two labels. These are also from the dies. Tom's being Tom's, and Honey is just a spectator. Actually, Honey is a little lazy lump. Right? Yup. She stole my chair, you guys. She definitely stole my chair. And it's okay. I don't mind standing. So we have this little guy for our butterfly body, and then there's that. And then here's the big one. Now, what happened with this one is this just got die cut. So the die got put into the embossing folder, and Rhonda just die cut that for you like that. We're going to take a sponge dauber, and we're going to take coral ink, and we're going to sponge over the top. I got a dauber here, and we're going to make sure that works. Now, you want to do a little dry fitting here just to make sure that this, you cut your DSP good. Oh, that fits perfect. And then this one fits perfect too. And then we'll just dry fit this really quick because in case anything's not quite right, we can work with it. Now, I think we have the ability to do a little bit of gluing. So let's get glue happy, I guess you could say. We're going to glue, glue, glue. All the kittens are pretty much crashed out, waiting for crunchies to get put into their bowl. They eat like 5 times a day. but small meals, right? We don't like give them too much. I just give them a small amount, and then they snack throughout the whole day like I do. Nope, not necessarily huge meals, just lots of small meals. All right, so that's our outside. And then here's our, so this is Daffodil Delight with Calypso Coral. So if I say that, it's going to sound weird, coral, because my voice is really crackly. Then this one goes right on here. Good. And then this guy can go right on there. Perfect. Decent. Now, this one's going to get popped up. Pop it up with this. Just shake your rump. Yay, Jamie Kirkpatrick, you got it. I looked back at the comments and I'm like, did anybody finish my song for me? You got it. Just shake your rump. Yep, you got it. All right. This, I'm going to try to make sure I have the same border on the top, the bottom, and the left. Pretty much something like this. And now this one, it hovers over the top of this. Now this side will get popped up and this side's going to be flat. So what I'll do is I'll grab 3 dimensionals. Boom, boom, boom. Let's go back to my room. And then we're going to put some liquid glue over here on that side to help hold it down. Now I've got the same white margin on both sides, and then it's centered top to bottom. What a great little layout to get to showcase 2 different designer papers. Now these two don't necessarily they complement each other, but they really don't like have anything in common, right? Just that the yellow goes, like to me, it goes really nicely with the orange. It's very refreshing. This guy right here, we need to grab a sponge dauber with our coral ink. And I did grab that. It's over here. I'm going to test my dauber. You guys, this is, looks like there's color in it. If I go like that, it's fine. Because I had cleaned it out. And you can see here, I've got the coral going on. You have to be careful using a dauber right off the bat because it'll make it sharp like that. So what I do is I ink up, I go off the edge, and then I work my way onto the page. And what happens is you're going to go just over it enough to catch the raised up grooves or lines. If you press down hard, you're going to get it down into the recessed area here. Right, and then let's go over here. Hit some here. So I love, this is another great technique, is adding color over the like raised images of embossed areas. It's so cool. All right. And always go with a light hand. And you want to do that because you can always add color to something, but you can't take it away. So Sherry and Cheryl love the colors. Good. And again, you can go just a little bit more if your heart desires. All right. So now we have that done. And then on this one, we have the small world on here. So thankful. You could also put for you or any other small words. I'm going to do so thankful for you. I'll put that on this side. I think I'm going for it. It's a photopolymer stamp. I usually do good on the first try with those. Perfect. Oh, and Deanne loves the color combo. Yay, good. It's very bright and cheerful is what I think. On the inside, oh, we have the butterfly down there. So let's grab that. That's a butterfly from in here. So we had a piece of white over here. Put that right down there. And this is where if you want to write yourself a love note on the inside, save room to write that, or you could stamp a really good sentiment on letting them know how much you appreciate them. You can stamp whatever you want. All right, so then this guy, what I'm going to do, that gets glue. And what we're going to do for this is put a little line of glue right near the top. And then this gets glue here. And then the little body can get glue right in the middle. and then that gets glued right here onto the butterfly. Oh, there's one more thing here. Get those picked out. And then the little So Thankful comes across slightly angled. Now, you could also cut it in half and put top and bottom. You could cut it vertically and split it that way. I was liking the idea of having it just along the bottom so that the white ribbon shows off nicely. And then we have this guy going on the inside. And then for this butterfly, I like to make them look real. And I like to fold their wings up like that, and then I like to put glue just along the body area. This one's going to get dimensionals. So we can pop her up, pop it up, pop it up. One there, and yeah, so here's what's happening. There's part of that that's hanging off the edge over there, and it's going to be at a different height because of being, oh, it's all the same height. Never mind. We did this all the same height. Good deal. All good. All good in the hood. So I've got a little orange showing over there on the side. You want to make sure you stay on the card over here. You know, don't go over the edge. And then I've got just a little past the yellow. And we talked about this guy just having a little bit of glue down the middle back here. And he's hanging out right there. And then we're going to grab some tear and tape. You're going to need one weighting in the wings and one across. Oh, that's really long. So we'll do this one here. And then you'll need a little ribbon. Not a lot, actually. I got them facing that way. And I think what I'm going to do is I got the bottom matching the way I want it. Oh, well, that could be how I do it too. So here's the thing. There you see the hump on the top. If you like that look, you could have the hump on the top. On this one, I didn't put it there. So I guess decide what you like. I actually don't mind the hump like that on the top. So what we'll do is we'll leave it. And now this part is down lower. So what we're going to do is put a dimensional here. And then what we could use is this tear and tape. And let that attach it to that side. Voila. Okay. Wunderbar. Then let's go over here. Leave that guy out in case I want him. So I've got gem, gem, 2, and then 1. So these are those little guys. So I'm just going to put 2 little dots, dot, dot. Not a lot. And I got 1 there, 1 there, and 1 there. And you're going to want to grab that putty tool. So this is a little guy. Well, that's a really little one. I don't want that little. That was a little hexagon, actually. And now I got 2, so I only need 1. Ooh. There's 1. So these guys, these little shiny disco balls, they come in 2 sizes. Small and big, I guess. So we got 2 there. And then there's this really wonky looking one. That's what I put over here. And then you could take a big one. Maybe put the big guy down there. And let's grab a wee little one. Well, I guess that one wanted to come with 3. We'll put that guy right. Oh, it's the little hexagon. Okay, so I got the hexagon, which really doesn't match the card, but you can't see that. It's berry burst. But if you don't like it, you can take it off. And we'll go for the one that matches there. There, I like that better. See, you guys, we're crafters. We can change our mind. Okay. Now, if you're going to go to Stella anything, I would highly recommend not Stella-ing where you sponged, because it'll bleed all over the place. So if you're gonna Stella something, I would definitely take advantage of this butterfly and Stella this one. That thing that I tried to, I tried to throw that away. I don't know if you guys can see that on there. Like that little gem is stuck on my finger. All right, so we're just gonna leave it at Stella-ing that butterfly. You can Stella your ribbon if you want. Perfect. Loved it. We got 2 done. Very good, very good. Awesome sauce and a half. Okay, and then we have our matchy-matchy envelope already done. And we're gonna set you over here, and then we're gonna put you back in your home. And we're gonna move on to another one. And before we do that though, we're gonna take a moment for a cleaning our stamp commercial so that we're ready to go. We need them on the next card. Good, okay, nice. So do we want the harder card or the not harder card? So I think we'll do the harder card first, and then we'll work our way to the last card, which is probably easier. So, and I only say harder because it's just more steps to this, I think. All right, so this is gonna be our Blackberry and Freesia card. And if we take it out of the plastic, this is a card on a card. So let me go grab the butterfly dies so you can see what's happening. You're so handsome. You're such a handsome kitten, baby. We're making a mess though. Okay, so we worked with this die earlier, and it's also on this card right here. Okay, and we just worked with this die, is the one that goes in the embossing folder. And we've been working with some of these labels, and then the little baby butterflies that are not in here because they're being used right now for die cutting. But this one right here is what we used for this one. And what happens is it doesn't die cut here. So it die cuts here, but it doesn't die cut here and here. And when I was working with this die, I noticed there are 2 little lines. If you can see, there's a line here, and there's a line right there. That's where you need your paper to get lined up. So if you're gonna go to cut this, you know, you have 2, you know, like you have it folded, right? So your fold's at the top. So, okay, let's take this. So this is, let's say this is your, this is your card base. And let's pretend that there's a flap down here. What you wanna do is make sure that that line matches the top here, and that line matches the top there. So that's how you cut. And then this all goes away, and this middle part goes away, and Anna did all that die cutting for us. So thank you to Anna for that. So that's how this die works. So it's very unique, I think. I haven't really seen a die quite like that recently. Hi, baby cakes. Okay, let's see what we have here. I was looking at that. It kind of actually matches the card. It's just a imprint in the envelope. So let's take this and burnish it. And then what we're gonna do, this is our top piece right here. This is the designer paper piece. We're gonna need 2 runs of ribbon. So about 6 inches. I don't measure usually, like that's good to me. This is our envelope flap, right? So that'll go on here when the time comes. This is our label for sending lots of love. This is our body. Now, this is our body on steroids, because if you look at the body, you would never think that it was that big. Okay, so what you need to do, it's gonna hurt to do this, but trust me, it won't feel it at all. But like you can see here that you think, oh man, how did she get hers that big? Well, I gave it vitamins and it grew, right? So that's how I gave it vitamins. So there's part of it, right? And then here's the other part of it. That's all I did. So you are gonna have to cut your body in half. Okay, you're gonna have to do the same thing with this guy, because if you look at this, it doesn't fit in there properly, right? So this might not hurt as bad, but you gotta go right down. Oh man, go right down the middle. Right, so now this one's gonna go over there, and that's gonna go there, and there's that much of a gap there, okay? So we're kind of Frankensteining our stuff, you guys, all right? So those are that's what we got. This is the card on a card, because I don't know if I showed this to you, but there you go. So here's the deal. I did not tell Krista she had to like shore anybody's stuff up. So you're going to need to shore it up yourself. So what does that mean? That if you have a little hangy job over here, you got to take your scissors and kind of make it not look like it's there, right? So take it and notch it off so that it's not there. Some are going to be more than others. That was not a lot, but some of you had more than the average bear. So that's going to go here. And on our inside, we have time to celebrate. Okay, so I think in this case, let's get some stamping done so that we can do a lot of assembly at the same time. And what we've got is in this set, there are these little dotsies. And so we're going to need that one. And if you're wondering where sending lots of love is from, I'm actually kind of glad class is up here tonight because that stamp is actually in a bucket behind me, and I would have probably forgotten to grab it for the live. And it is, if anybody remembers, it's from Hearts of Elegance, and it's this guy right here sending lots of love. Hi, Joy Moody. Okay, you guys, these are loved. All right, so we'll need a block for this guy. And our little, okay, Blackberry Bliss and Fresh Freesia. I do not believe I grabbed the Blackberry Bliss, so I gotta grab that. But we'll do Fresh Freesia. And I'm pretty sure that this is at first strength. Yep, first strength. And so there's no rhyme or reason to the dotsies. So just start making your way around the horn here. And I guess try to make it not look like a pattern, unless you want to. I'm going to flip it this way. So that area gets covered up a lot, so maybe we don't have to concentrate so much there. We should get some on its little tail. I know it's not a tail, but it kind of looked like a tail. We're going to get some on the head here, and we'll do one there. We'll work our way around here. So guys, would you guys have thought about cutting your bodies and your butterflies in half? We really didn't think about it until we needed to do it. It was out of necessity because we're like, this doesn't really fit in here. But we wanted it to fit, and that's how we ended up doing that. All right, perfect. That's what I've got for dots. Dot, dot, not a lot. Then this guy. Yeah, very nice. Okay, so that's good. Then on the inside here, we have happy birthday. And you guys are all a bunch of snoozers. Hi, bigger tigger. So we need the Blackberry Bliss here and sending lots of love. Let's do that because it's in my hand. Good deal. Oh yeah, that looks nice. Very nice. And then we're going to do happy birthday. Right there. And then we'll grab our butterfly. Perched on our happy birthday. And good. We have time to celebrate. And another birthday, another butterfly. All right, so that must be this guy. And we have Blackberry. Like that. So there's a hair on there. There's a hair somewhere on the E, and I can see it because it put some ink with a weirdness there. Extend insect. Yep. Extend a sect. Extend a insect. Yeah. Something like that. Yes, you are correct. All right. And then we have here one more butterfly in the fresh freesia. Okay. You guys ready to get glue happy? Well, before we do that, let's use, did we write down what color marker we used? I'm sure we did. Not. Blend dark freesia to color the ribbon. Okay, so we did color the freesia ribbon here. Okay, so let's see if I grabbed dark fresh freesia. There's Highland Heather, light, dark fresh freesia. That was the color of the hour. What you're going to need to do, this is cut in half actually. You can see it's thinner. So we're going to need enough to do a loop and a tail. And what we do is we cut them in half. So we're going to cut this much, I don't know, about 4 inches. And you have to be super careful with your ribbon and your marker because you don't want to wreck the marker tip, okay? Dark fresh freesia is the one that seemed to work the best. Light, feathery strokes here over the top. Like that. And then we're going to grab this side. So with this white ribbon, you can make it any color that you really want. You could sponge it or you could blend it. Okay, we're going to let that sit and dry for a moment. So that was dark fresh freesia. All right, first things first. We're going to glue this. We're going to glue this. We can glue our bodies here. Okay, so we'll do this one. That's for our inside. That's for our outside. Really no rhyme or reason to the designer paper. There's no top or bottom, I guess what I'm saying. Whichever way you want it. And then that one could go on here. Perfect. All right, then grab some tearing tape. And we're gonna get the ribbon put down. And I wasn't quite sure where the ribbon needed to go right off the bat. So this is how, well, it's south of the middle. I wanted it to come out of here, right out of the middle of the ribbon and out of the middle of the butterfly. So this is how I did it because I wasn't quite sure where exactly I wanted it. I'm going to prep the back of this with dimensionals. Okay, so something like Mary, like that. And only take off these top 2. And what you're going to do, just it's centered, top to bottom, left to right. But you only took off the top 2, so it's only really going to stick at the top. Okay, and then what you can do is grab these backs off from the tearing tape. And now you can lift this up to place where the ribbon needs to go. And it's right about here. So there's a hump here that I've got it kind of where that hump starts to curve up. And I did it on the same other side. Then we need to put a little more tearing tape down because the other piece isn't going to stick otherwise. So you got another ribbon here. It just helps to make it look a little thicker. 1 was not enough. 2 helped to make it look a little bulkier, and it gave it a little more character having a second ribbon right there. And then we needed 2 more like that. And this can set off to the side, and we're going to do our envelope flap. All right, so little glue. So you don't need to put the glue where the tearing tape was, or I should say is, because it's already got glue there. And put that envelope flap on here. Good deal. We'll let that sit for a moment. Oh, you a cute little kitten. You guys gotta see this. This is like kittens and babies, right? What's going on? You're half falling off the chair, aren't you? Yep, you ready to fall off? We should probably rearrange you so you don't fall off. There you go. You guys like that? She's kind of like just sprawled out over on my chair. All right. Then, oh, I should have glued that. It's okay, we'll get to it. Got a little glue there. And what we can do is get these guys situated. Eek. Don't want too much on here. But I need some glue. I'm trying not to do too much. All right, so this one, what you're gonna try to do is center this on this left-hand side here, like that. All right, one moment, please. You do need to cut this little thing off right here. So make sure you grab your paper scissors and snip that little guy off, his little tail on the bottom, so you don't see it. And that sneaks right about there. You're gonna need to do the same on this side here. And, oops, a little bit thick, but that's okay. There's this, okay. Try to make it look identical. That looks good. And then this is now for our inside. And like that. Perfect. All right, looking good, working it good. We need a little tearing tape behind this. All right, and then we'll work that ribbon, but let's do our body really quick because he's ready and waiting. Thanks, Linda. Oh, that was a lot of glue, you guys. Oops, like that was thick. So we're gonna set that right about there. Okay, good with it. And then grab this guy. Whoa, squeezing too much here. The glue must be pretty warm. And then this is gonna sneak down here, right? So there's our butterfly on steroids. Okay, with this ribbon, you need to cut it in half though, because it's half, right? So just go right up the middle, very carefully. Keep a straight line. I probably did too much, but we'll find out here. So probably did too much. That's okay. Whatever. If we're gonna do a little loop underneath the F here, a little one, and then we're gonna make a little bit bigger one, and then we're gonna make a tail coming out. Now I have two tails over there though, right? So we've just perfect there. And then I'm gonna grab this one and attach it next to it. And I've got a little bit more than what I need, but you can always use that for something else. And so you can cut that guy a little shorter and that one a little longer. And you could figure out somewhere else to put that on your card, maybe. Maybe not, I don't know. All right, so then we've got that buttoned up, and now we just need to put some dimensionals here. And then this goes right through the middle, and nobody will ever know that your body is missing from the middle area. Just like so. And then what you can do, if you want, is to grab your Stella pen, and you could Stella the body like that. You could Stella your ribbon, and then you could Stella the fresh freesia one. And your ribbon. Boom. Love it. nice. If you wanted, you could also have put that on the inside if you wanted, but I have a butterfly, so I'm happy. I like this one. Oh, we're not done. Wait, there's more. Do you guys remember what happened? We only put the dimensional backs off the top here. We didn't finish, right? So it's flippy floppy. Now what you can do is come on in here and grab those backs off. We could have done it earlier, but I forgot. Now, that'll sit down exactly where you need it to go. Wonderful. Okay. We got 3 done. Thanks, Suzanne. Okay, so let's put this guy in his home. We'll cut our envelope flap and move on to the last card, which should be, I would have to say, the easiest one, maybe. I don't know, I haven't looked at it all night. I haven't looked at it since we cut the designer paper. Perfect. Love it. Okay, matchy matchy. Whew. Sarah said, so pretty. Gorgeous cards. Thank you, thank you. All right, so this goes in my pile for Sandy and her mom. I mean, Tammy and her mom, Sandy. And then there was one. All right. This one. All right, what do we got here? We need to clean some stamps, though, because we are going to be using some of the same stamps again. Got that guy. Looks like we got the splotchies again. We'll probably use the Wee Whittle one. That might have been clean. Not certain. That was probably clean. And that's good. Okay. You guys like it? My chamois actually hydrated. All right. This is the one with the balmy blue. I have a Post-it note, so something's up with mine. Not quite certain what, but I will find out momentarily. All right, so we can do our envelope flap right off the bat. Let's get her done. And I'll let that sit off on the side. On the sidelines here. Perfect. Okay, so that can hang out there. Oh, I needed embellishments. Is that so? You're right. Okay, well, we're going to embellish this card at the same time I embellish the last card. How does that sound? So I won't forget about it. Thank you for that catch. I appreciate it. Now, we can burnish this. Keep it horizontal, and you might recognize this. This is an embossing folder that carried over from the Nests of Winter, and you probably didn't maybe even know that because it's not in the annual catalog and it carried over. But if you look in the book here, we will find it right there. The Birch 3D embossing folder carried over. Yay, so it's available. If you feel like you missed getting that, it's still there. It's still there. Awesome. So we're going to have this piece, and our designer paper is going to get adhered onto here. This says lemon lolly. No, yellow. It's yellow. Lemon lolly. Right, so that, and we have a little lemon lolly body. And then we have the big one that's going to get stamped with our splotchies. We cut our little strip here for our words. And then we have a white and a lemon lolly for our inside. Now, mine looks like there's hardly any yellow on the sides here. So I'm going to take care of business and grab my little trimmer and just take a hair off of that one side and just see if I like that better. I do like that better. It just matches better. So don't be afraid to do that, you guys. We are not a manufacturing plant that everything is 100% exact, okay? Just putting it out there. So it's always good to dry fit your papers. And so I'm going to put a little glue here, and I'm going to put a little glue here because I know that these are safe to glue down. You guys, is there a proper order to putting cards together? No. Some might say always get your stamping done first. I don't care about that rule. I guess when I'm just like putting cards together with you guys like this in the live, if I can get pieces put together and off the plate right here, I put them together. But we always do any stamping or putting ribbon down before it's too late, right? That's what we always try to catch. So now if this is longer than it needs to be, you could trim it, but it's actually really good. I'm not hanging over too much. So if that's the case, what we can do, we have 2 ribbons on this one too, you guys. Look at that. So we're going to need 4 waiting in the wings. And then 2 on the card. And it's going to be the same thing with this, though. We don't know exactly, well, yeah, because it's not quite centered. So we're going to have to hold tight on this because we got to get our butterfly done here. So we do need the Balmy Blues and the Lemon Lollies. So Balmy Blue first, and it's our little splotchies. You can see I didn't put any right in the middle there. So definitely go ahead and do all of it because you're going to probably want to. And that middle area gets covered up. So you don't have to worry about that so much. And let's get the little antennae. With a little stamp like this, it takes a little bit longer. Now, you can see here, I kind of missed that area again. So what am I going to do if I want some of that and I missed it? I'm going to take this, right? And I'm going to add a few there. And then I didn't overlap some of them. That's what I didn't want to do. Perfect. And then our inside says time to celebrate in the Balmy Blue. And since I have it open, let's take care of that. Okay, very good. And then we need to get our Women Wowie. And that's a little butterfly. Make sure that, oh, you know what I didn't do, you guys? So I don't know if you caught it, but I went straight onto the glass mat with that. And I might have gotten ink on here, so I'm just gonna do this really quick. Just in case. And now, this guy goes right on our time. Good deal. And then gray granite. Oh man, did I grab the gray granite? I didn't. I'm gonna have to grab gray granite really quick. If you have smoky slate, that would work too. And you could also use basic gray. But it goes right onto the designer paper, and it's with the happy birthday. Got it centered because we're going to put the little shiny disco balls on the side. Okay, very good. That's it for the gray. All right, same concept with this. We're going to put some dimensionals at the top. And we got to the point where we used them all up, but we've got all the sides in the world here. So don't hesitate to give it a haircut and grab some of those. And then take just the top 2 off, right? We're gonna do the same thing that we did for that other card, where we're just going to put down the top area here. Perfect. And then we've already got these on the back. What would you suggest for a cling stamp that needs a wobble to stamp completely? Okay, let me think about what you just asked. What would you suggest for a cling stamp set? So a cling stamp set is not photopolymer. Okay, that needs a wobble to stamp completely. What do you mean by wobble? I need help. What do you mean by wobble? All right, so this is going to be about 6 inches again. And then right here, there's a little bit. And you're going to want to cut this, and then same thing here. This gets cut in half. So if you want, you use half of it now, and you could use the other half for something else. Okay, very good. And then what we can do is get our first batch of ribbon down, and we're gonna gently lift this up. Red rubber. No, I know red rubber. Red rubber is cling, but I don't know what you, Nancy, I don't know what you mean by a wobble. That needs a wobble to stamp completely. I'm trying to understand what the wobble is. Because I think of wobble and it means me wobbling like a bunny, kind of. All right. So we got these two waiting, and those will go on here. And then the next one is going to go right over the top. Perfect. Right? So because I have that butterfly stationed where I want it, I know where my ribbon needs to go. And then the last pieces of tear and tape here. Wiggle it. What would you suggest to a cling set that needs a wiggle to stamp completely? So I guess my thing, so I'm going to put a little glue on here. Whenever it comes to red rubber or photopolymer for stamping, I always want to make sure that I give the ink time to adhere to the paper. Don't be afraid of it. Meaning if you're going to stamp on here and you have your ink and this butterfly. So let's pretend it's red rubber, right? And it has a little wiggle to it. Is it missing the foam underneath maybe? Because maybe you need to add a little bit of extra foam mat to it. But when I go to ink up, I like to make sure I got all the ink on every spot. And when you go onto your paper, go straight down, firm pressure. And if you're saying you need to wiggle it a little bit, does that mean you got to rock it to the left or to the right? But let the ink hit the paper, and we call Diane the marinator, because she'll let this sit here like this while she does something else, and then she'll come back to it, and she'll give it a minute, actually, before she's done. And then that will give you the best, crispest image that, like, a lot of the ink will transfer and soak into the paper. If you're just going really fast, like that, you're not going to get the crispness like that one is. You're going to get fuzzy math here. So again, if you go like this and just go like that, it's still going to be lighter than the one that I did. So giving your ink time to marinate onto the paper is really key to it. And if it's a larger image, you might consider, so I have these blocks here, which I very rarely use on big stamps, but you could potentially, use this, and then you could put pressure specifically in that spot that if this is your problem area here, your problem child, you could put more specific pressure there. If you have a MISTI or a Stamparatus, you could also put it on that, and then that might allow you to put more pressure right in that one spot. If you pull it up and it's not good, you could put it right back down in the same spot. So that's also another little tip I would add to that. And yeah, that's what Patricia Settle said, rock it back and forth. Yeah, you just gotta be careful that you don't lift it up or smush it or squish it too much, because it might make that stamped image like wider than what you want it to be too. And Cindy said she's had to add extra cushion under some stamps that don't want to stamp completely. And that's exactly what I was thinking. Thinking maybe the foam deteriorated in that one area. All right, so now you guys, we're not going to forget to do this. We can pick these up, and we can pick those backs off. We're on the final stretch here, you guys. All right, that goes down. Now, no cutting or Freddy Kruegering or Frankensteining this one. We can just put that right down. Onto, let's leave that there. This is going to fit right in the middle here. So what happened was the last one, the reason we had to Frankenstein it is because it was going onto that bigger die, and it really doesn't fit that die exactly. It fits this one, this white one. All right, so we're just putting a little bit there. This goes right, boom, right through there. And then this, we need our tear and tape back. 2 pieces. One down right off the bat. I have it underneath the R and the T. And grab whichever one you want. And what I did is I folded this in half. Hopefully I cut enough. That will go right there. And grab that ribbon scissors. Now there's one little lonely thread that's just hanging out right there that needs to go away. Sound like Mimi might have the answer. What did Mimi say? Oh, label is too tight. You may need to make a slit in any bubbles in the stamp label. Well, there you go. That's something for you to check out. Also, Pat Settle, I completely missed Mimi's comment. I was focusing on this, so I'm glad that you regrouped that with me. Thank you. So yes, another answer, Nancy, that you could potentially try, okay? So I have my tear and tape over here, but I don't want it all the way there. So we're going to just peel this back a little bit and leave, because I don't want it to stick there. And we're going to just go like that. And we could probably grab one more, because these dimensionals aren't going to stick where the waxy paper is of the tear and tape. And then this goes, let's just cut this while we can. And we're going to do a little guy this way and that way. And that can go right through here. Well, thanks guys for putting up with my voice the way it is. Definitely probably isn't the most pleasant thing to listen to, but I appreciate it. I definitely feel okay to do the class. I just don't have it completely back. And I'll have to rest it really good for tonight so that I have Stamp-a-Stack with you guys tomorrow, that I have a better sounding voice for tomorrow. So we'll see how that goes. But every day has been an improvement, which is good. And we're just going to round our envelope flap here. And then we'll put our gemsies onto it. Another cute card, good. Okay, let me pull this guy out so we can see what I did for gems. All right, we're gonna go for it. I'm gonna put little dots of glue wherever all my gems are gonna go. So boom, boom, here. Now that looks crooked to me. So let's fix you. There you go. One there and one there. Let's just do one card at a time. Grab that tool. Whew, there's that guy. So let's save you for over there. One of these can go here. One here. Those are the little shiny disco balls. And I got glue. Oh man, I don't know if that's fixable. I got glue all over the top of it. So we're gonna call in a reinforcement, I think. One that is not covered with glue would be better. There it is. All right. Oh, here we go. Let's grab that guy. He can go over here. And we could do a shiny pink one. Whoa, you guys. I don't know if you can see this, but this right here, there are like 10 of them all in one group. And when you break it, did you see that? I kind of crunched it in my hands and it made that many. Oh, that was kind of cool. All right. Focus. Focus. We have this guy, can go right here. The glue, it's just a little bit oozy. Okay, and then if I can, oh yeah, right there. That guy. I love the ones that are raised up. I'm gonna put that. Oh, be careful. All right, that's done. Now let's go back to this one. And I've got one right there. Here, here. Ooh, I even put one right there. Okay, so that's gonna get a glue dot. On ribbon, I don't like ribbon and glue mixed together at all. So what I do is take a glue dot, and you could put, if I can get it out from under my nail, grab a glue dot. And if you have those little paper pumpkin glue dots, they work fabulously, amazingly well too. And I put one right on the ribbon like that. Okay, focus. We have the weird thing on here. And then we got a big shiny, wow, there's a thing in there. A shiny disco ball can go right here. I got glue on it again. Yep. So at least there's a bunch of them in the pot that if you don't like the way you do it, you can always grab another one. I got glue. It must have been on my nail. That's good. And then I've got another one like that right there. And then if I can find one more of the ball ones. They didn't put a lot in there, and they had 2 different sizes. And if you can't find one, just pick a different one, and it'll be okay. We're gonna grab you right there and put you on. There it is. Oh man, now I see what I did though. It's like the same, and the same. So we're gonna rearrange our wares and put you right there. How's that? There. Now it doesn't look all like a straight line going diagonal. Whew. Okay. Well, thank you, Barbara Gobby, for, I think it was Barbara that caught that I missed the gems on the other card. It's always advised to cover your pot of gemsies when you're done. Oh, and there's one right there. When you're done using them. Hi, Owen. Oh, Owen Wild. Hello, Owen Wild. How are you doing? Are you going to be at the used stamp sale this weekend with your adventures that you've been making? All right. So the only thing we didn't do was Stella this one. So you can always go ahead and Stella your butterfly that's yellow. And remember, you can always Stella your ribbon. So you guys, I mentioned earlier that I do a small business showcase with my friend Rachel, and Owen is Rachel's son. Owen has his own YouTube channel as well. It's called Wheelie Wild Things. And so Owen does videos. Super cool. How many subscribers do you have now, Owen? I know he was trying to get over 50 at one point, and I think he did it, which was super cool. I'm pretty sure, Owen, you got over 50 subscribers. There were others who mentioned it before I did. Oh, Barbara Gobby. Well, yours is the one that I saw. So I'm sorry that I missed some of the other ones, but that's what happens, you guys. I don't see everything all the time. And Owen says you're at John's this week, and I haven't made anything. Maybe the next one. Okay, no problem. So Owen sometimes has a table at the Small Business Showcase. He's got 100 subscribers in his YouTube channel. Very good, Owen. All right. So here's 1. Here's 2. Here's 3 matchy envelopes. Oh, he's got 109 subscribers. Good job, Owen. All right. That's what we got for you today. I love it. We got 4 cards made. We did really good. I know it's only 8:15. We had to cut paper. Whenever we cut paper for ink, paper, scissors, it does take a little bit longer. And on top of it, we had some fun folds. We had some shaker cards to do, and we had heat embossing. So we got to do some extra techniques with you guys tonight, and we got to hover over and do some coloring on embossing, which is a cool technique. I always like doing that too. So very good. Did you guys have a favorite? Oh, you had 100 at Friendsgiving. That's right. Very good. That's exactly what it was. You had everybody help you get subscriptions. So you've been going live on YouTube then, I bet. So do you guys have a favorite card? They're also bright and springy for me. I think that they all are winners in my book. They're all wonderful children, I guess you could say. That's how we look at it. I'm going to clean my stamps real quick. I do have a class here that I told you from the last summer. Cindy loves the purple one the best. Oh, good. you guys like that? We colored on ribbon. I always like doing that too. I don't do that a lot because it does wreck your marker tip. So if we do it in a class, we always ask people to bring their own blends along so that they're using their own blends to do it. So very good. We got to use a lot of, well, we didn't use a lot of the white ribbon, but we got to show you different ways to use the white ribbon, which is pretty cool. Mimi says she loves the layout of the coral one. Oh, very cool. Oh man, you guys, look who I found. Look who I found. I found a bigger Tigger. Hello, big boy. You gonna look at the camera? Look at you. So, look at this big boy, you guys. He is such a big hunk of burning love. Yes. You want to wake up your sister? So, he likes to jump off like a perch. Okay. So, let me grab my book. Ooh, Hunky Noodle's starting to wake up too. All right, you guys. We had for class 57. So we're going to do a little random number generator here. Elaine said the shaker card. I love it. Okay, so we're going to put 57 in here. Hi, big boy. Are you swirling around my legs because you want crunchies, right? We're going to put 57 in here. And we're going to hit the word generate. And now it says 1, but I'm going to hit generate and see what happens. All right, there it is. Number 24. 24 is Sarah Merchant. Okay, yay to Sarah Merchant. I love it. Good job. We're going to do one more here. So Deanne also likes the Calypso Coral in the yellow. And Angelique, when are you doing your card? I love it. And what is that? You guys, number 32 is going to be another winner here. So that is Rosie Prouty. Awesome. So you guys, I have door prizes for Sarah and Rosie that I will put in with their April packages when they get them mailed out in a couple weeks. I think our big shipping day is set for April 9th and 10th, you guys. Hi, big boy. Why are you waiting down there? Okay, then I have here, you guys, Donna loves them all. All right, bye now. All right, Owen, we'll see you later. Have a good night. All right, you guys, we have here the July monthly class from July 18th of last year. And we did 3 cards for this one. I still have some kits left from this class. I showed it off on my showcase this afternoon. And you don't need a lot of stamps with it. If you want to watch the video, you could go to July 18th in my events calendar, and you'll find a link to the YouTube class. Or you can just go to YouTube and put in July monthly class with Cards by Christine. For this one, you would need a sentiment and some splotchies and the dragonflies. This one was just some background on this one and the congratulations. And then this one was some white clouds stamped and sunshine to brighten your day was the sentiment we used. So, drum roll, da-da-da-da, winner, winner, chicken dinner. This one goes to Jody Mathena, M-A-T-H-E-N-A, Jody Mathena. Oh, with Angelique, you guys, she is thinking about doing a presentation for, okay. So on a side note, Angelique was going to do a presentation and she still might, for the Autumn Creative Escape. And now she's saying she might do one for the Stampin' Fun in the Sun. So buddy, we'll put you right up here. Okay, now, da-da-da, winner, winner, chicken dinner. Tigger, you want to announce who this one goes to? No, Mom, I just want crunchies. Da-da-da, Sue Booth, you are the winner of our card featuring Loveliest Tree. Do you guys want to know what happened? They ran away because Tigger slid on my book and knocked everything onto the floor. So definitely scared a kitten, and Honey flew so fast. You guys, she's no longer taking her snoozy nap. All right, da-da-da, winner, winner, chicken dinner. This is a gatefold that goes like this. Goes to Julie Bierspach. Yay, Julie from Chilton, Wisconsin. So congratulations to Julie and to Sue Booth. So Sue Booth, I don't know if I have your address to mail your card. So if anybody knows Sue Booth, you'll have to let me know. Tigger's stepping on the cards. Exactly. Look at him. He's definitely like laying in the middle of what he did. Yep. So that's Tigger. Tigger is the one. Hey, I got my seat back, you guys. Tigger is the one that will be on the counter. We'll be sitting in the dining room and we'll hear things hit the floor. He will go like this. and push things until they fall on the floor. So, all right. So if you guys know Jody Mathena, I don't know who Jody is either. So I don't know where to mail this card to. So if Jody, calling Jody Mathena and Sue Booth. All right, so you guys, wonderful. We did it. We did it. I am going to sign off. It's almost 8:30 here. We're really close to 8:30. I had a great class with you guys. We got to make 4 cards and we got to chitty chat a little bit on the front end. I will be live with you guys tomorrow at, I think we said about 1:30 p.m. I'm shooting between 1:30 and 2. I'll set the live up for 1:30. If I can make 1:30, I'm going to make it happen because I know the class is going to take me at least 2 to 2.5 hours tomorrow. I am going to do a little prep work ahead of time. I know that we're going to be making 5 bags, so I might get all of my scoring done on those bags now so that come tomorrow it's just a matter of putting them together. Or I think I'll probably even just put one together with you tomorrow because you don't need to be, like if I show you how to make one bag, you guys will know how to make all 5 of them. And we'll have some doubles up of some cards. So what I'm going to try to do now before I kind of get rolling into other things is I'm going to sit at my computer and get the tutorial out to you guys who are doing the Stamp-A-Stack with me tomorrow. I do know that if you're watching this now and you don't get the tutorial tonight and you think you should have gotten it by the morning, I definitely need you to reach out to me somehow, call me or text me so that I can make sure I get you signed into my book and I can make sure that I set aside a set of the cards for you. I have probably 20 of that left for tomorrow, so I'm not worried about it, but I do know that people signed up for it recently and I might not have captured you in my book. And I want to make sure I do the roll call correctly before we do roll call, not that I'm missing anybody. And so that would be great that if you're expecting to get the PDF tutorial because you signed up for class by tonight and you don't have it by the morning, send me a note somehow, just send me a note and I'll make sure I get it to you in the morning so that you have it before class. That's primarily what I want to make sure. So Barbara can't do tomorrow, but I ordered the kit. See, that is exactly what I need to know because I know, Barbara, you're not in my list because you signed up more recently for it. I know that I was pretty square on people signing up for stuff until recently. And so I will make sure I get you on, Barbara Godby, you're on the list now. So I won't miss sending you the email. And then, Barbara, you just needed to maybe let me know if you want Be Happy stamper pricing or if you want the whole shebang. So, all right. Yeah, but you guys, even if you can't ever do a class when I'm doing it live, that's okay. You can catch the replay, okay? The replays are always out there for you to watch at your own convenience, which is pretty cool. So it's a wonderful thing about the YouTube world here. So, all right, you guys, I'm going to sign off, make myself another tea without caffeine this time, and have some honey and lemon it with no whiskey afterwards, okay, Pat? So I'm going to make sure I save myself for tomorrow so that I have a good voice. So, all right, you guys, lots of sunshine, love, and big hugs to you. We'll see you tomorrow afternoon. Love ya. Bye, everybody.